First, we are going to create something like this. Okay, it will look something like that. There you go. And first, we take the box here. We're going to cut out this line here.
Cut this off.
As quick as possible. Okay, so you cut it apart already, yes? And now have two, yes, good. There are two pieces now. So for the cover piece, we are going to cut off all the sides. Actually, not all, okay? Let me take a look at that. Okay, we're going to cut off the long side again.
Is it all the sides?
No, the two long sides first. Okay. So on one side, we measure 4 cm. Okay, so I cannot write upside down, so it's 4 cm. Okay, one side measure 4 cm.
Is it for both sides?
No, for one side.
Okay, so it doesn't matter left or right.
No, it doesn't matter because one is top and one is bottom. Yeah, let's just cut the bottom off, okay? Easier. So one side, cut off everything. One side, leave 4 cm. So we have a slope right now, like this. So it should go inside this way. All right, can fit? And take out the rest of the stuff. Okay, so this one, I'm going to keep it away for right now. Remember the strip you have just now, the long side? Vivian, is remember the long side you have? Yeah, we're going to use it. I'm straightening out the corner, the sides here. Cutting away the corner. There you go. And then you measure 3 cm. This is used for the flaps. For this part of it. You see the bottom part here? This is what we are doing right now. We are doing the wrapping part. So we need 2 pieces of that. But we just one of it will do for right now. We'll just have to cut it into 2 later. So this strip. And then you can take 2 pieces of this. You measure 6.5 cm. Okay, so you should have 4 pieces of 6.5. And when you're ready, for the ones who started earlier, you see a dowel, you measure 5, which is half the length, and you cut it into 2. Draw a line at 5 cm and then cut it into half. This one easier for mommy to help you. And I'm going to trim off the sides. So this is what I need for now. Okay, so these are for one set. This is for another set. Now for this one, you measure 16 cm. Okay, now the 2 strips here on the corner of a table, pull it down, soften it. About 90 degrees. Yeah, just pull it down so you soften it into a little curve. So what is going to happen is we are going to glue this down later, wrap it around until it closes. So I'm moving this set away because we're going to do one set right now. Okay, once it's warm up enough, at the corner of it, you stick it down. On both sides. And you bend it to follow the sides. So for the when you bend on the second part, if you want to put glue on it, you just put until the curve, until it reaches the curve area. And if it doesn't reach, it's all right. You can just put the glue in the inside as well. So it's all right. Just clean away the outside layer. Okay, like for mine, see, I didn't manage to glue the end, but it's okay. I can put the glue inside instead. Okay, this next step is important too. So we got to put the dowel, the half dowel inside to the other stick. Like this. Then once you are done, you can roll. Yep, you can measure 3 cm and make sure is correct. So the 3 cm should start from the outside of the stick to the outside of the stick. You can roll and stick and roll and stick. Then you can repeat on the other side. So you have 2 of this. Okay, then just close properly. Wait for Vivian to be done first. Raider, is your side done soon?
Teacher, I've done one, and it is not closing up fully.
That means that when you cut, it might be a bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. You can get a small piece and just fill it up, or it can just be on the bottom. It's okay.
Okay.
Measure and cut again. On the remainder of the strip just now, the long strip, cut another strip of 3 cm again. Do you have the thicker piece, the boards, or no?
Thicker piece, where do y'all get from?
Old boxes,
Okay, have. What is the measurement for the thick one?
3 by 2. Yeah,
Huh?
3 by 2.
3 by 2. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and you need 12 pieces. Okay, and then Vivian, in the middle of this, find the middle of them. Find the middle of all of them.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The middle. So you in the middle. So 2, you find 1, and then 3 will be 1.5. So you mark out the middle. Okay, that's mine. Now I'm gonna pierce a hole in the middle. And now I'm going to extend the hole and make it bigger so it can fit. So this can fit in there. So I need to get a bigger screwdriver. Yes. Okay, so you look at the back of it. For this part you can see that, right? But the back looks like this.
Oh.
So what happens if I put a stick in there, you'll push against the other one. See that?
Yeah.
And once they push against that piece over there, guess what happened to the front? The front will move.
Oh.
So over here, you can see we're using the elasticity, right? Elasticity here with the rubber band. So that rubber band, sometimes it might break and then you need to change a new one. Okay. So we're gonna do the back of it for this one first. Before we can do that, we put the board away. We need you to design your board. So this is your board, right?
Yeah.
So this is your board. And you design your board. First, we need to draw corners, round up the corners. This is my board. Okay, you see this long part is the top. Long part, the low 4 cm here is actually the top. Got it? Then from here, I'm going to trace a curve. And then another curve. Got it? That's our first 2 parts. Vivian, still on your blocks?
Rita will be in charge to listen.
Ah, okay.
Auntie Joan,
Yes.
I want to do, I curve some, I curve two, and I want the ball to go in like
Yeah.
that. Curve
Yeah.
and also, and it can also go through the middle.
Go through the middle, then you will need a lot more work than this. It will have a 2-layer stuff. The 2-layer is drop in the hole, and then you got to move inside and come up from the other side as well. So that one, you need a different design for that. Today, we stick to the simple single layer design.
Simple.
Mommy's going. Oops.
What? You help me listen.
Okay.
Okay.
So you see these two parts, right? This is the top. If it helps, I'll write top here. Okay, that's the top. And then draw round of the corner. The right-hand corner, you don't need to because that's where the launcher is. Where is he?
Bone.
Oh, okay.
He's back, but we are still listening.
Okay, that's good. And then you need the ruler to measure again. On the right-hand side, you've got to measure 3 cm. Actually 4 cm. Is it 3 or 4?
3 cm, 4.
Yeah. 4 cm because you have two balls. The bigger one is 3 cm. And the smaller is more than that. So you need to follow the bigger one if you want to test out the weight. So we can do 4 cm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can use pencil so you can erase later. But right now, because I'm teaching you, I will not. I'll use pen and markers. The corner is not clear. I need to trim off my side a little bit.
Auntie Joan, what are
Okay.
you doing now?
I can't hear you. You broke up just now. Can you repeat?
Auntie Joan, what are you doing now?
I'm drawing 4 cm line away from the side, from the right side.
Okay.
Okay, so you can't see much of it yet because I haven't used the thicker part of the marker yet. Because I need to measure the bottom. So bottom 5.5. So this space here is 5.5.
Oh, you have to pop.
I use the small one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I use the small one. So I form the E.
Draw the line.
You see at 1.5 and at 1 cm. So this is my middle.
Okay, so now you can see this. So I drew a space. I left a space there. About 5.5 cm. Then I draw a straight line up. And I stop. You can stop anywhere, but I stop now a bit before the curve. That's for the ball to launch off later. So you can launch off earlier or later. So the length depends on what you want.
You hear that? You hear that?
Yeah, so for me, it's slightly underneath the curve. And what is this for? You remember you measured this 3 cm piece here. It's supposed to go here. So you measure how long is it? and then you cut it out.
Later you do.
So mine is, let me measure for you. 15, 16. Okay, 24, okay? I'm gonna do 24 cm. I do 24 cm, so it's be slightly shorter here. So you're gonna stick on it like this. Okay? Got it? So I've used glue gun. I need more glue stick for sure.
The colored Auntie Joan, if you use a colored glue stick for science co-op,
Uh-huh.
be easier.
Then you'll be able to see all the lines, right?
Yeah. If you use colored glue stick.
But I'm also afraid that if I do that, then there'll be too many colors all over the board.
It'll be colorful.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
So you can call, if you can actually follow the colors, then it's fine. Next time I'll use colorful. I was just thinking about this morning too. Should I use color or no color?
I think you should use color.
Yeah.
I have a lot of color, so it's fine. So you see, so I stick it down. So this is where the ball launches up from. So from here now, you need to find the middle. It's 15. Okay, mine is 15 plus 13. That makes 28. Divide by half, that's 14 for me. Okay, so my middle space is 14. I put the cross here. Okay, this tells me that my center is here. This is the center of not the whole board, it's the center of the play area only. I'm going to draw a line across. Taking a break already.
Oh my God. So I just focus here. You ready? Once you're ready, we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so I drew 5.5 space down here. And then I drew this part. And I'm going to draw a curve on this part right now on both sides of it later. But I also need to know that when my ball falls in here, it needs to fall through a space down here before it can go down here. If not, it'll become straight. If it's too straight, and then it cannot roll downwards later on. Correct? Yeah. So we have to measure, let's say, another about 3 cm up. I draw another line.
I think maybe mirror camera will be easier.
Mirror better?
Yeah.
Let me switch. That's what I was asking just now. Mirror easier. Better now? Better?
I don't see difference.
I do mirror and I have no idea.
Because your bottom is still at your bottom.
How about if you change your side? Does it work better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
because I change here.
Where do you go to?
I go down to the stop video. There's the arrow going up.
Stop video, arrow going up.
And
Video.
go to video settings.
Okay. No, like it says mirror my video.
It's only for my own video. It's not for your video.
Yeah, nothing.
So it does nothing even for me.
Yeah, it does.
Because
nothing.
yeah, even if I change, it didn't change in the end. Okay, so from here, I draw a curve as well.
You go poop now. We, wow, you're good at drawing your circle.
Roughly.
Okay, so we are going to do this.
It's about 5, 14, 13. So I know this is my middle line. And that will be where your, says after the curved line here, roughly you'll know that this line is here. And because my ball, the bigger ball is 3 cm, so I'm going to use 3.5 or 4. 4 is easier, but it's also easier to fall in the middle. So let's say 3.5. So if I have 3.5, okay, let me have 3.5, and I divide by 2, that will be 175 cm. So slightly lesser than, no, wait. Yeah, slightly lesser than 2. So if that's my middle, just the middle of, okay. So I know these two are the space I need. So my ball can roll down through the middle. If you want to do a 2-2 on each side, it's fine too. The other design I had was on 2-2. It seems to fall in the middle like easily. So I suggested 3.5, which is 175, 175. So from here, we need to find out which line we want it to be. Like, see, this curve is higher than the other curve actually. Yeah, see? So I'm gonna make sure that I put it roughly the same. There you go. And then I calculate a distance away from me. I'm putting it up here. So it's about, this for me, this is about 8.5 cm. So I'm going to write it down. This is 3 cm. And then I change the color. This is 8.5 cm for me. But you can always switch whenever you want. So it's going to be here. And this is going to be here, except it's upside down. So if you want, yeah, you can just trace it out, or you can just do a straight line. So this is where I want my flap to be. This way. And then from the launcher here, I will have to, it's about 1 cm by 1 cm. So I know the hole should be 1 cm in by 1 cm. It should be here. Okay, I'm going to use marker to mark it out again. There you go. Then this 2 area is where you need to punch a hole in it. Is one the other? I'm going to use a pen. Okay, so if I punch a hole in there, you can test it out. It cannot be stuck. It needs to be loose. So make the hole bigger. So it's loose. So if you drop it, it should drop in. Yeah. If it's not big enough, then you just have to move it along. It needs to drop in. You see in the bottom? So if I actually drop the stick, it will just drop in easily. So it needs to be loose. Because what we are going to do next is this. We'll put it inside. It'll be facing this way. And this will go here too. When I put in, I'm going to do a mark. Where is the side of this piece here? And this one too. The top of it is about here. So if I turn it over, it should face sideways too. So make sure the mark face sideways. And that's where the pieces here comes in. You put it in, but remember, do not put any glue underneath here. If not, you cannot turn it at all. So put in one piece first. And then put your glue gun. New stick. You need to take a longer break than that. Yeah, you can put about, if yours is slightly thinner, then you need 3. If not, you can use 2. So for me, because mine is very thick, I can use, if I use 3, it's okay. I'm going to tape again. Did I get it correct? Okay, wait. I need to switch it up this way. So actually it's supposed to face straight instead. So it should go this way around. Okay. So when you fix it in, it should go this way. The 3 cm is here. The 2 cm is here. And then I forgot to stick it down. There you go. You can put glue to the stick as well because you need it to stay. There you go. There you go. So this part is done. Yeah, it will be this part down here. And then you need a little hook over there. So the hook, you can use the loose pieces. You can break it. Trim it down. Then cut a little V shape upwards. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick this here. In one of the middle pieces, you can stick it down there, this way. So I'm going to put glue gun. And stick it in. There you go. You can also choose to put it inside first too. you go. My glue are sticking everywhere. And close it, close the gap by gluing the side up, but make sure it doesn't touch the board. 他跑不见人了。
Yeah, he said, please tell Auntie John to excuse me. I need to go to the washroom.
Oh, okay.
Just now I see him slow down. I say, okay, maybe I know.
But after lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this.
Sorry, I got to mute myself. He's walkie-talkie me.
Okay, to help him. I'm just checking whether when I turn the top, the bottom will move. Down here. Yeah, so now you can see if I move this once, this will move. Okay. And then, you remember the extra ones I asked you to do, right? Cannot hear you, you know.
No, I'm just updating Raider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And for this one, it's the same. See?
You're quiet, I'm listening.
Yeah, added 3 holes in here. And this one, same thing. You know, make sure that it's very loose. So you can make it bigger. So it can, same thing, it must be able to drop through it. So this 6 here, we'll be doing the same thing. We finished using 3 already. And if you find that there's too much of this part coming up, you can just cut it away. You can cut around it to remove it. There you go. And I'm gonna stick them together. Just remember, we're trying to make the hole as wide as possible and has a drop through. So we need to make sure that the middle doesn't have any glue. And I've got to test it each time now. There you go. Make sure that it's not too tight. Same for the other part, the other side of it. So I'm testing at the same time when I'm doing it. There you go. So now I have 2 sticks of it. So same as just now, we'll need a little hook. So break another one again. This one is a slight V. If it helps, I'll color it for you. And what this V shape is for us to hook underneath, since this might be close to the bottom of the board if we're not too careful. Where it belongs here on the board, going sideways here. So the stick will go in here, beside it, and then it's going to push it like this. See, Vivian? Like this. Yeah, you'll push it like this. Yeah, this is the bottom, so it's this way. Yeah. Wait, let me see. And I put the wrong direction. Now I gotta remove this one first. My hook was in the wrong direction. So I'm going to redo the hook to this side again. So the hook has to be inside. There. You just add one hook down there. Thank you, Colin. Just now, when I show you, I mistakenly did this way. So I put it on the wrong side. So this is the top and that's the bottom. It has been the bottom inside. Yeah. This way. And this one will go this way.
Sorry, John, I have to excuse myself, but
No
keep
problem.
wash him up. Yeah.
Yep, no problem. Then from there, if you have extra board, you can measure how thick it is. More like how thick your board is on this one. So it's 2 cm, just now we know. So we do an extra 2 cm. I'm going to measure how long this is. Just now was 3. And then when we put this in, 4. So this one we do a 4 cm. 4 by 2, 2 pieces. You can see 4 by 2, 2 pieces. This one, you don't need holes. They're going to just put in here and stick it at the side here. But make sure it doesn't stick onto the white color board. There you go. Now this one will go here. So when you fix this, you can see this part of pushing will push at the end here. Yeah, let me turn it this way. So this is flat. So the end part. So when it push, it will push the bottom of the board and it will move. I'm going to stick this to the board underneath. And just making sure that, see the hole is just covering the bottom. There you go. Same to this side. Press it out. Stick it to the same place. Bottom hole to, see, I just covered it. So now if I put the stick there, you'll push it away. Same to here. Then push it, you'll push it away. So now we know that this one is for us to hook it in. You can see that. We will also understand that we need another one at bottom to be hooked too. So we're going to insert another one to it. So same thing. You just break the pieces just now. If you have no more, you can just cut a corner. Okay. Just cut a corner of a piece out. Then take a small piece out of it. Okay, and we're going to put it down in the middle. Find a place to stick it in. Like this. You can put it at the back too if you want. But I suggest that if you can, just find a space in the middle. Pen knife will help. Then attach it over there. There you go. In the middle of it. So same thing, glue gun. Or if you can use other glues too, that UHU glue too, if you want. There you go. Same. Look for a little gap. Open the Let's operate a little hole for it to get into. There you go. There you go. I'm waiting for them to harden. Oops. Okay. So we have this two pieces that stabilize and this two which is mobile. So now if I put it in front, let me put it on. Let me put it higher. There you go. So I bring it up this way and I put a stick to the hole here. And I push. You can see that it goes up. And I push in. Yeah. I'm done with this part, Raider.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I fixed the part. This is the movable one that we were doing earlier. And then this is a fixed one with a hole in the middle so I can push it through it.
My mommy has to go.
Yeah, so this will push out this way. So you can see, so in the front, you can see the stick there, right? I'm just going to show you that and here. See what happens when I push both of them?
They can go really far.
Okay, it can move. But you actually don't need that far, right? Okay, this one dropped already. So I need to stabilize it.
Auntie Joan,
Yes.
look, I'm wearing this t-shirt.
Yeah, I can see.
SHGS.
That's right. The black and white version.
And there's other versions.
I think it's just have a different back, as in it's. I think there's gray as well. There's white, there's gray.
Oh. Does Colin have one?
Nope, he has the handmade ones.
Mama,
Yes.
you have any book?
What
Yeah,
happened?
I can, the horse didn't want to. So there's two of them. So what is important? And then the remaining one you can't. So because if the lamppost part turns into a lamppost, then why should the topi turn into a topi tree?
Yes, the candy tree. Yeah, right. Okay, so this part is done already. And then that's where all the other design comes. So this is the basic of the.
Slow down, please.
Yes.
Wait, I'm looking for my ball. It went somewhere.
And it flew off somewhere. So knowing that this is design, the ball travels down here. It will need to roll down here in a slope. So you will have to, from the joining part to here. This is the middle for the ball. You will need to draw a curved line to reach here.
I don't know where my ball could have gone. And I'm puzzled.
I have no idea.
This is went under the bridge.
And then we draw the second line for this one. You have to make sure that that is enough space for the ball to go through.
Okay.
You can just join in from here. Yeah.
Like that.
Easiest way from a corner, you can just draw in the corner to here. And then here, slowly up to here. So what do you do? Let me see. So from here, you take your cards. I'm gonna choose to use blue. So this is quite simple. You realize everything goes by 3 cm. Yeah, so you mark 3 cm on a card. Draw a line across. Okay, this so 3 cm is on top. It's a shorter one, right?
You mean 3 cm?
Yeah, 3 cm. We're gonna mark 3 cm, like just now. Right?
Take any color. I guess I'll use green.
Anything, just use, this is for the design part now. You've done the, it's almost like you've done the hardware part of it. Now you're going to do the software part of designing it. So now it's the pattern designing.
I just need to find my ruler. Found it? Pencil?
Yeah, so I'm going to shade down here so you know that's my bottom. And that one is my top.
Auntie Joan,
Yes.
starting from where?
From the, you see, this card is like this, right? So from the side here, this way, you just measure 3 and 3 and draw a line across.
Okay.
And then once you can do that, you draw, you fold the line, fold on the line itself. This is for your designing part. If it's not very accurate when you fold, it's fine, don't worry. These are just the walls. From there, on the bottom part, I will cut little slits. Like this.
Okay, I destroyed one card. I did it wrongly.
Don't worry, I gave extras just in case.
Okay. Auntie Joan,
Yes.
so we can design our own.
Yes, I'm just teaching you the basics on the sides. Then in the middle, you can design your own, whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if you don't want to do this first, you can also don't do that. And what you do is come to the board and design. Okay, I will like I will like mine. Then let me put it higher first. If you look at the board here, and this is the top right, you look like this. Then you think about my ball comes on this side, and then I reach here. What do I want on this part? Right? You can design like I want a whale here. You can draw a whale here. You want to do a wall on one side. Where do you want it?
The colorful ball, the very bouncing.
Yeah, the colorful ball will be guiding out this way. It can be the big or small. It will go up this way. It will go around the corner. Now, what do you want?
Somewhere.
Yeah, but the easiest way is cardboard. But if you want to make it challenging, you can use rubber bands. You can use the dowels or chopsticks and use rubber bands. So that's one way. But for you, if you don't want too difficult, after fixing all this, you can go to design it this and by using cardboards instead.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so this one, you see, the one I taught you just now, right? You measure 3 cm down. You measure 3 cm down, you fold them. You have little cut, and you cut little slits on them, right? Why are they done this way? So you can do this. So you can fold the sides and bend it. See that? Like for the corner, usually I will cut away the first one. So that because the first one is going to flush into your board later on.
Oh.
And you realize that once you stick onto it, at the back here, you see, will be longer, right? Then you cut the longer ones away. But if you already know, you can just cut them. You just draw a line across and then cut them. Or you can stick it first, then you cut them. So it will become like this. Like this part, you can use normal glue. You can use UHU glue. Or you can use glue gun if you have enough glue stick. This way. And I'll take the other piece and continue this way. So if you know that there's an overlap here, you can just put glue up here and then at the bottom. And then you can stick it down. The extras part, then you just cut it away. Okay, there you go. So it'll be curved already. So if I'm supposed to do the other side, I will do the same thing. So I cut the first piece away. So it flushes into the wall and the rest in there. And if you want to be exact, you can use a pen or marker to mark down where's the extras at the back, like this. So you can put it there first, and then you can use a marker to mark it down. Like this is the line that is coming out extra. And then that's the line you can cut away. Put glue. And stick. Okay, see the two sides are done already. So when you push into the box later on, it will curve. So the bottom is the same. And bottom I can use the different color. So these are the same, so you can mark it out and then you can just cut it out.
Auntie Joan,
Yes,
ball fall out.
I'm listening.
Auntie Joan,
2 minutes.
how will the ball fall in?
Turn off. And then rest for half an hour.
Okay.
And there's no extension. Even if you're better working. So you better set your time earlier. You'll decide. So same thing. See, I cut the same thing. I'm still talking, Colin. And see, so this corner is the same thing, right? So I have to take away. So I roughly take away the sides here when I measure this way. And let's cut off the sides.
Auntie Joan,
Yes,
where will the ball fall in?
here.
Oh,
So this one is 5.5. And now here to here will be 3 p.m. Is that correct?
yeah.
Thank you. So I do the marking now. I need 2 points to make sure my line is straight. Here, it will be like that. I don't think it will be like that. Also, I need 2 points now. To get as straight as possible. So 2 points, and I get a really long ruler. See?
And so this part, what I did was I cut off the corner and I fold it back. So it becomes the side.
From here to here is how many here?
I draw not to cut away.
So just now my center was here, right? Find my center again. And here is how many?
Measure, shorten the board.
And the last one, Auntie Joan, I need
Oh, yeah. John, the side bar. What is the distance?
For which part? 4 cm. So that the ball will launch up for the bigger ball. Because the ball is 3 cm. The bigger colorful ball he has is 3 cm. So we're creating enough runway space.
Don't go. I need your chair. 4 cm, 4 cm, correct?
Mommy, I want to make a dog.
So now, here to here, 28 divided by 2.
So if he doesn't want to do the flaps, right? He can just do the launch ball part and then the construction the same way, and then let the ball goes down and create its own story.
Am I also having chicken for dinner? Oh, can you say that?
So it's video recording.
You make me sad.
So John, the distance between your two flaps,
Yeah,
3
I
by 6.
put it a bit about 3.5, but you can put 4 if it's easier. But 4, yeah, 4 is easier to calculate, but if you, so
This one.
yeah, correct. So this to this is 4, and then I find the middle.
Yeah.
I bring it up to about where the curve starts.
Okay.
And then I put a distance about, for mine is about 3.5. But you can do it 4 if you want. It's just that because the ball will fall off in too easily if it's 4. So if you can do 3.5, or even you want to challenge for fun 3 is also okay.
3.5 divided by 2.
I'm using cardboards for them for this part because it's easier to bend and to just create a wall. And every time you want to connect a corner, you just cut away the bottom flap a little bit, fold it, and then you can stick it on. Oh, wrong side. I put the glue on the wrong side. I was like, that is hot.
And then so sorry, the 4 cm, that white strip is how many cm?
Or over here, what I did for mine was, hang on, 24. I put 24.
This one 24,
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, the 3 cm white piece I use 24. You can do it shorter or longer, adjust later is fine.
Nah, I just follow you. 24. Yeah. Now you're gonna do this part, okay? This part starts from the 5.5, so it will be like this. Okay, the lowest line will go up here. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go.
I think I'm ready. I'm going to use you.
I want this to stand.
So the last part here, when you draw a line, right? It is much better if you can draw about 1 cm up here. So it ends about 1 cm there. So leave a 1 cm space down on the last part and still create a curve. I will end up straight on the last part. I'm going to do a little flap going upwards so that the ball will stop about there. And I can push it up again.
You do the blue one. I do the big one. It's gone missing.
Why do you have to make it back? Need this ruler?
Okay, you want to see this, Rita? Okay, so if I put this into a box now, it will be like this. See that? Correct. My ball comes up from here and then it goes down and it will end up there. Yeah.
But Auntie Joe, how
Yes.
are you be able to move the two flaps?
Two flaps, they're going to punch hole here.
Oh.
Remember just now over there, right? We got to measure how far the hole is from the line and everything, right? So we can measure from there as well. Correct?
Someone taking out a slot. Go back.
Oh, okay. Go back.
See, so if you put sideways, take a look. From there, you'll be able to measure how high up it's going to be.
On the iPad.
So this is going to be about, on mine, it's going to be about slightly up to here. And then I want to measure how high is it from there to there. So that will help me from here. So if it's 55 plus 3 plus 8.5. So 8.5 is 9. 9 plus 5, 14, 15, 17 cm. So I know from the bottom of my board is going to be, oops, 14 cm plus 0.5. So from the side, I will have to measure 14.5, which is this about here. $14.5 cm. on both sides. Just now you measure, even if you don't know if it's, how many cm was it again? 4 cm.
There's a few CM that I need to ask you.
Okay, go ahead.
You will need to ask you.
Yeah, you can ask me. Go ahead.
Which one is a 14
.5 is from the bottom.
cm?
14 is from, okay. 14 is from the bottom here up to the middle line.
Okay.
All right.
There's a few more measurements.
So I list up 14.5 here. That tells me that it is at this line here. All right. Then from there, I will measure to the hole, and that is about 2.5 on this side. I'm going to do a line here as well. About 2 and for my this side is about 2.5 also. So on both sides on mine, it's 2.5. So from here, I'll mark another 2.5 down. You need to measure yours.
Ready?
Then I pay.
And it's 2.25 here. That's where the line stops down here. Which means that if I measure 1.5, is it 1.5 for this one? No, it's 2 cm, so it's 1 cm. And then 1 cm down. That should be where the hole goes.
That means 30 minutes have passed. Good. 2 minutes is up.
How much time have you used on the computer already
I will check.
for your normal game?
Yes, it's right. I will check.
Yes, you need to check because you need to minus it off from there.
Yeah.
I know that I need to punch a hole in here.
I
And
think
make it,
54 minutes total today.
okay, so you still have only 5 minutes left.
6.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I put the hole bigger. So this will let me know if it's working well. There you go. The side is working well now. Both of them are working well.
Okay. So many things here. I left this for you to. For example, you see the aces, the 2 points meet. Do you see the line?
The first measurement was already.
Put in the middle. Am I very endangering myself? Yeah.
My measurement was not right for that one.
This is a
I
cutting
can
board.
remeasure.
I don't push first.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark a point where the hole is and the inside.
And I'm not going to do it.
Like a
With 1 more cm.
More. Then I'll make
Yeah.
sure the in between.
You can see it coming.
Like this. Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
Find your axis. Axis. Slowly twist, twist.
It's so funny. It's slanted. Mine is slanted on one side. I need to punch another hole down here. Okay. Now. Okay. Now I know that. See, so now I know the hole is there.
Watch your thumb.
But before we can make it work, I must put the rubber band inside. Oops, and it flew off.
Who's that?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend it and then hook it down.
Axis.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
And hook it in.
Oh, nice.
Almost there.
Now, if I put a stick there and it push against the inside, it will come back down again.
Wow. Bon.
The problem I have with this now is that because its cardboard is soft, so it starts bending. So I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the stick as well, measure the stick the same length, and then just glue it in.
Like go through her. So, nothing. Don't do it this way. You over. You're gonna poke yourself.
Because it's so soft, so I'm going to
I can barely see.
glue it in.
Now hold upright.
Make the bottom is
Do it this way so that you have your hand to work against, because it's not dangerous to poke. It can't pierce through. Because if you go like this, your strength is on holding this because you don't want it to slip. But if you have it here, you don't need to concentrate on whether it slips or not. So you can make this a bit like this down and twist to sit
there you go.
on your middle.
So now it should work better now. There, see now it works better when I put the stick in underneath. When I put a stick at the side, it works better now. And from what? From you only have 5 minutes left for today. Yes. Then what are you going to do next? You finish all the other work already?
Yep.
You get it now? See, your bone is not bending so much anymore.
I mean,
Much
this
better.
one's very hard.
Very hard. Let me
When
try.
I just do like that, it just goes in. You're going through.
Keep it upright straight.
Through the hole to the other hole inside. It matches.
This one.
I'm going to draw a mark on the outside to know that I need to make it shorter. It will stop over there.
Put effort on your bone. This is what happened. You have to do double effort because you don't work with Rachel.
Same. Did a hole for the back.
If you work with Rachel, you don't have to put in double effort. It'll come naturally.
Try the ball. I also realized that sticks, my wall on the side is fatter than what I need it to be. So I'm gonna cut out some parts of it. There you go. Okay, so now both sides works. So for my on my right side, the stick is just nice. On my right side is a lot longer. So you can just cut it off. And if it's not long enough for you, you can just use the reusable chopsticks. Because those are longer. And they will do the same thing. So as long as the stick goes through the hole, to the hole that the little slot of hole you saw earlier that you created with the 3 bots, they're in line, then you'll get this. And the rest are just easy already. The last part down here is the launcher. Okay, launcher, you just have to choose which one you want to use. You want to use the bigger one or smaller one? I'm going to use this one. The one that measures 3.5 cm. So I'm going to put it there. I'm going to place it slightly higher on the inside, maybe about 0.5 cm higher up. You can see. I'm going to put slightly a bit higher, about 0.5 cm higher. Now I'm going to mark a pen mark in there. Or if not, if you have pencil, or you can put a hole straight through, it's fine too. There. I'm just going to do towards the, remember to put it towards the right side, okay? Towards the wall area. Just give a bit of space. Punch a hole through it. You can remove it. Same thing, push in, go make it around so that it's looser. Now it's loose. And then with something you can poke a hole in about 1 cm apart. Punch another hole on the right and left. Okay. If you find it difficult, you can just use Colin, I'm still working on it. If you Colin, I am still on it. Yeah, so what happened is I'm going to see this, push it inside here. Make it flat. If yours is loose, you can just use glue gun at the back. Yeah. If it's loose, you use glue gun. Wait for it to dry. Okay, I do it for you to dry first. Then you see your rubber band here. That's what we're going to do. We are going to try to push the rubber band through to the other side without breaking it. If you have the wire, it'll be easier. Like what we did for the stitching, the cross stitch, you can use wire to run it through as well. Oops. Okay, let me see if I can have, I come up with something on my table. Okay, I'm just going to cut this in half, the small rubber band, and then try to run it through, like sewing. Ah, it worked. Ta-da! See, I use a small part of it. Then I'm going to continue. Make sure you hold the back of it, if not the rubber band will be missing. Now string it through the other small hole. Wait, let me poke the hole the other way around first. Let me go the other way around. Go in the small hole here. Out the other small hole on the other side. There you go. So if you're afraid that it's going to fly off, you can take a door, a longer one, put it through it so you'll not run away. Now that this is dry, you just put it in between the two rubber bands. There you go, you see? It's in between the two rubber bands to the big hole. Pull it back out to the other side. And then we are going to attach a smaller one at the back. Mine is the same size, but you can use the smaller one you have. Push it through. You can spin it in. Yeah, there, spinning it is easier. So spin it in, create about 1 cm or more of space. Take one corner, loop onto it. Take the other corner, loop on the top as well. This will create a launcher, see? This is a launcher part. Can you see that, Raider? So we're using a rubber band to create that launcher part. So now if I put a ball in it, okay, don't shoot myself. There, okay. So I can put a ball in there and then you can launch it. Okay, it will work with the smaller ball as well. But because the smaller ball is lighter, You don't have to pull all the way back. If not, it'll fly out, okay? See that? Now you just put it on top again. And store it in here. It's a heavier one. If I use the same strength but a smaller one, it actually is very difficult. I pull furthermore before it gets out. So you can see they all end up in the middle, just nice. For mine at least. See, for mine, that one goes further because I pull harder. Okay, not in play, put it over there. So from here, you gotta think about what kind of obstacles you want it to be. If you want to do a wheel one, like what I did for this one, you can see this one that I built. There's a wheel in this one. So what I did was, I just used a satay stick and a string through the bottom. I also got a bigger one. I attached the doors on the corner over here. So you can put it anywhere you like. It can be at the corner too. It can be on the side, in the middle. The middle, I just find it more balanced. And if you have extra things like bottle caps that are pretty, you can put it on it. You can just put a crushed paper on it or aluminum foil, and you can put on it too. Becomes the asteroids. So it's really what you want. So to make this, if you want to, yeah, this is what I did with sticks. It bounces it off. Okay, it creates low bounce. You reach there, or you can you can just do cuts. There you go. So you should be building the one on top first, and maybe at the side if you want to. And you see this extra life and this flap over here. We put this flap here so that when the ball goes up, it doesn't come right back in. Or when the ball shoots here, it doesn't fall out there as much again. So it will just come out and then go somewhere else. It's just for protection, that's all. Got it? So now the basic, I'll teach you the wheel. If you want to continue doing, again, you want to do the wheel, I'll teach you how to do a wheel, and then we'll do the flaps and the two sides. So here, flaps are very easy. Same thing, 3 cm. Everything goes about 3 cm now. Cut a piece out of it. That's 3 cm. Do a fold in this way. That's for then you measure it up. It should be slanted. And then you can fold the corner down. There you go.
It's to make sure the ball doesn't just shoot out and fall back in.
So it will just, the ball will go out this way and go out that way. And it will not fall back.
It won't be able to go back.
That's right. So I'm going to secure this at the corner. Yes. Glue stick is not going inside. Okay. So I will stick this one here.
I'll go to my game maker in hopes to find a new solution.
If you follow the sequence, you will be easier, but you decide to do it.
I'm making my own thing that's not in the lecture.
Yeah. You want to move more, you can just push it down, adjust it. So if you want to move further, you need to change it to a chopstick. So it will go higher up. So we did a flap on this one. Now we need a one light, extra light here, so it cover it up too. You get another 3 cm. I'm gonna change the color. Okay. We haven't used orange yet, so let's use orange. About too far. So same thing, I measure out the side, straight low flap, and measure to make sure that it stays and it's slanted. That way. It's flapping up and I need closer because my board is a bit fat on the side. So I'm going to extend it by using this. So attach my side board to an extra cardboard. And then attach the cardboard to this cardboard too. So I can remove all at the same time. So make sure it's slanted slightly. And if it's too fat, you can skinny it down a tiny bit before you stick it down. And you cut it, you see the little curve down here? You cut it where the curve is. See? So you can flip it up and down easily. So if the ball comes here, yeah. Okay. If it is like this, I think I cut a bit too much. So I need to just extend it a little bit. So can I stick it back a little bit? A bit longer. So in the middle of a game, you can push the flap down easily. There you go. So halfway through a game, you can push it down. So when the first time round the ball comes in here, you can say it has extra life, it saved itself. And the second time round, after that, you can just push it down, and the next time it falls in, it will just fall down. So these are up to you. But if you think that, you find that it's too difficult because there are too many space to drop in there, then you can close this area up.
So good.
Yeah, just close it up good. Just create a triangle here or a square box and then block it permanently, and then it will stay the way it is. So the rest you can design easily. As for the wheel, you just take this, you cut it into 4 pieces. So 5, 2.5. Yeah, so what I do is you can just divide them into 4 pieces. So it's about 2.5 for each piece. Then use your scissors to cut it off. And then break it. Then trim off the side because there'll be some splinters around. And this is the easiest part. So you just arrange it this way. Just do a cross, arrange it, and then stick it down. Make sure your table is either with a rubber mat or it's with plastic layer, anything that doesn't stick onto it permanently. If you don't have that, you can just simply lift it up and then stick them one by one. Okay, I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to glue gun the top a little bit more, just on the top.
Sorry, John, the stick is 10 cm. So how many cm did you do yours?
Just cut in 4 pieces, so it's 2.5 each.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, then you will be able to come up with something like this. So once it's drier, you can just add on more glue gun around it. More glue to secure it.
That's what we're going to add create is going to step in. And I'm going to remove all of this. I'm going to cut it off. And here we're going to execute the step. We'll use a switch step. Now the switch step is a table value, and based on what that value is, it will pick one of the options. It will look at the word state.
Does he want to do the wheel? You want to do the wheel? Okay, so we show you how to do the wheel. So after you get this, right, you only need this, and then you stick it right in the middle here. So after having this, okay, we have to choose, right? Choose where the wheel to be. So let's say I'm going up here. I want it closer, and I put up here. I find a spot, maybe in the middle, or you can have it lower too if you want to. If you put in the middle, then when it hits it, it will spin. So if let's say I put it lower, okay, since mine was on top just now, so I'm going to make a point like just now, just create a hole through it, and that's your middle. Correct. So just stick it in this way. And if you have a straw, can be a bubble tea straw, can be a normal tea straw, a normal straw. You just have to take it out, cut out about 1 cm of it. Oops. Yeah. Cut about 1 cm of it, and then drop it in the middle. And then what you do is you put glue in the middle. And then glue it down too. I'm gonna center it, and then leave it to dry first. And because, can you realize that when I finish this little wheel thingy, it is slightly on the bottom, right? Just now I have one slightly bottom, one slightly higher. The bottom one, I'm going to flip it upside down. So it's slightly higher up. And I can just place it in the middle this way. Then actually that's about it. If you want to be lazy about it, you can take one of this, cut out the whole area if it doesn't break. So using even your pen knife, it'll be easier so it doesn't break as much. So I'm going to draw a pen knife and draw the lines on it first. And then fold it. Okay. Okay, is it dry yet? Yeah, see? So it will spin. Yeah. Slanted, so I'm going to correct that a little bit. Now cut off, leave about just a tiny bit of it, and then you cut off the top. And if you have any of the extra cardboard just now, this is time for you to pierce a hole in it. See whether it works. Yep. You don't want it too tight because then it cannot spin very well. So once you know it's loose enough, you put glue onto the board on top. Then stick it onto the ice cream stick. And move it up. Okay. So if the ball lands here now, it will spin a little bit. Doesn't move, then you move a little bit. And of course, if you find that the game set, no, it's not moving down fast enough, you just lift up the bottom of it. There you go. The same thing, every time it comes down here, it will fall. So I don't like the idea of it. So I'm going to correct that part for myself because I don't think I want my balls to keep falling.
Surprise, surprise. No more from Inom.
So I'm going to repeat the same thing, fold a little corner, straight, 90 degrees, put it down here, and then cut off slightly short, and stick it down. This one you can stick onto the board at the side because you don't have to remove, because this side you need to remove it when you need to readjust it again. Here you don't need to. So now it will not fall in anymore, just in the bottom part of it. And if I use a lighter ball, it will obviously move a bit more. And I need a longer chopstick for this one. Let me see if I find a chopstick in the kitchen.
Let's try that. Great, well done. Now two steak and carry the based on next. Let's make sure
Okay, I found the long one from the old project, so I'm going to change it the long one. Lining with the hole. Ah, there you go. It's better now. But I also need to shorten it now. That is a little way too long. actually got the longest stick just now. Where I got it from? The old pendulum project. The pillar from it. So I just took it out and use it. Yeah. I'm gonna reverse direction. Align it. So now they can explore the weight of the ball. You know how much energy they need before they can actually push a rubber ball up or the plastic ball, which is obviously a lot faster and easier. So from them playing, they will know bit by bit where to put their obstacles, because they don't want to keep playing and then end up hitting into the hole all the time long. So it will not be very fun. So if I know this one, okay, yeah, it will come out here. I will want to encourage the baby to come out here so it can do something else. So I can do a triangle here. So make sure that I draw a line. So you teach them how to draw a line from there. So you take a ruler, draw a line from there. So if it propels this way upwards, this is the direction it's going to go on. You want to miss this line and miss this line.
I want.
So you can create something like over there. So if you write simple, I do a triangle. Mommy can turn. Yeah, that's another way to play with it. You just don't do the side and then just throw the ball yourself. Yes, balance it yourself.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. So lean it against your body. Ready? Ready? Whoa! What? Ready? Go. Wait, you don't go higher than me. Straight lah. You don't go higher than me. Don't fall down.
Yeah.
Like that. Wait, you hold it. Okay, go. Smoothen out the switches. Okay, wait, I need to modify this.
Like a comment when you eat.
Uh-oh.
No idea. Yeah.
Put some depository.
Okay, thank you.
Can I open it?
You sure it's something maybe that you want? Or maybe something for me?
I'll open it.
Okay, sure.
Wait, I'll open it. That's right.
Okay, make sure that when you do tricks like this, right? Make sure that you measure, okay? Make sure the ball can go through it. Before you figure out the ball cannot go through it. It's a very common mistake when you first do it. Yeah, so on this side, what I did was I just created a path to go out, and then you can come down from the left or to the right. You can come back down here or go there.
The Auntie Jo said, make sure you measure properly. The ball can go through it when you.
Oh, the ball cannot get up.
Yeah, you have to make sure.
Yeah, it can come out.
Is this your longest video ever?
Yep, longest ever. But I already guessed that no, the pinball machine is going to be very long. No, in normal videos, when they do it for you to see, it looks very, very short. But when you actually do it, it's very long.
Let's see if this improves. Let's see if this better. Feels better. Just now we can feel
Same
it.
thing you can do mirror, which is going to be this way.
So you want that?
But remember, always measure. Okay, always measure and make sure the ball can go through. Okay. So there are other ways where you can use rubber bands, but you must make sure the bottom you have rubber bands too. If not, they are going to fly off. If you want to use rubber bands, you actually need to actually secure with glue gun first. And then you can add bit by bit. Add one here, add one at the back, and add one at the back again. If not, it will fly off. Get it? Know it? Get it? So if you want to do things like this, after putting it through the hole, you will need to secure glue gun first. Make sure it's dry already. And then for the rubber band, you need to add one at a time. One front, one bottom, one front, one bottom. If you put all in the front, then it will pull together and then the whole thing will spoil as well. And be more patient, wait for it to dry, really dry.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do the same thing. So put the glue on the top and the bottom as well.
Got it.
If you put on the top, make sure that it doesn't come out too much. If not,
Okay.
the ball will block the way of the ball.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to be even more clearer, then you can measure a triangle, put the cardboard inside there and at the back, stick it down, and then put a post on the side.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That will work too. Yeah. So the easier one is just to use these triangles.
Mm-hmm.
It works better for them. Less frustration.
We do the triangle easier.
Yeah. If you want a circle, you can just cut and then form a circle. That's it.
Yeah, I'll put more bottle caps.
The bottle caps is fun. And if you have bells,
Uh-huh.
bells too. You can hang bells too. You can put hang bells on it too. Just put a stick through it, tie it, and then hang it down there. So when it hits up, you'll hit the bell.
Mommy, remember the Christmas decorations? We have one that is what is it called?
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna stop right here.
The
For
Christmas
the video.
we can use that.
I'm going to stop here for the video. So this is quite, actually, you see, it's quite interesting how to make that move inside, because it's something that you think quite hard.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
think about it, oh, it's easy, you just put something attached to it, and after a while you realize, actually, it's not that easy, because there are many components to it. You need to make sure it retracts back in there. So you need rubber band for sure. And then you need to make sure it has something to push into, and it has to be loose enough. And this one cannot be too loose. If not, then it will not spin together. Yeah, so it's quite a lot of things to think about.
Yeah.